Okay. Hey, hello, hello. We are live. This is the Tack Chat Live. It's the Tuesday night live stream. Let me get on. I know. Now we've got to pull up the cat. Hi, the cat. Well, there's usually a cat in here. Hi, I'm Michelle, and
I'm Adriana,
and this is Unicorn and Centaur's Tuesday night live stream. And welcome to Tack Chat. Yay! We really need a theme song that we can sing and not sound ridiculous. All right, if you're here in the chat, say hi. Oh, hey, Marvel and Zadel are here. Let us get organized for just a second. We have tonight's Tack Chat is all about dealing with difficult personalities, like people, divas. I didn't know how to say this without cussing in the in this thing because I wanted to say barn witches, but not with a W. And so this is like it's in the middle of show season right now. Everybody's going to shows. And when you go to horse shows, you are always dealing with people who are making fun of you because you don't have the most expensive horse or the most expensive whatever. Or they're making fun of you because you're goofy and ridiculous and extra.
Yeah. So
we're going to talk about our craziest stories about being at horse shows and dealing with these people. So tonight's episode is dedicated to Linda, the lady who gave me my horse Sunny and who we used to work for and we'd go to horse shows with at Norwood Stables. So tonight's Tack Chat, we are having a glass of wine for Linda. And let's see, Grind Neos is here too. Hey, everybody. What else I want to announce in the description box is a link to Cheval Noir Designs Facebook page. Look what she made for me. It's Artax. It's my pony.
He's going to look better with some red wine.
He is going to look better with some red wine in it. We're going to get some red wine. Show them yours.
Okay.
I think
this is the same one that I
That one has made an appearance on the Tack Chat before. So if you are here, Tack Chat is where we clean our tack and drink our wine. And we burp because we had Diet Dr. Pepper earlier, and we chat about the topic of the day, which today is dealing with divas. Because you gotta have a way to deal with these people. Do you want to pour it yourself?
I'll pour it myself.
Oh, that does look better. Look at that. That's so nice. I approve. Okay. And this wine is the wine that was given to us by Plantation Carriage Company. Thank you, Jennifer. This is our Barefoot Cabernet Sauvignon. I think I said that right. Today, here's my tack that I am cleaning today. I have my two bridles for Artax and Sunny. I'm going to take them apart and clean them and oil them. And today is National Unicorn Day. Happy National Unicorn Day. I'm wearing my Ask Me About My Unicorn shirt.
And I am a unicorn, so.
That's true. Oh, we need to toast Linda.
Yes.
Here we go with our glasses showing to Linda, who taught us how to deal with the barn drama and who always had the best gossip.
Yes.
Okay. Where's my chat? So, Marvel, you have started cantering officially. I was thinking about you when we were talking about tonight's topic because I didn't know. I know you're taking lessons, and I didn't know if you were going to be doing horse shows at all, or if that's something you were thinking about doing. Zadel's working through farrier school, Forge Weld now, making bar shoes. Nice. Hey, and Mike's here. Heels down, bottoms up. What's up? Hey, Mike, you might have quite a bit to contribute on this topic. We were talking about like barn divas at horse shows who think they're better than you, and then you outplace them, or
it's always fun.
I know we've seen those things happen, but Adriana has a lot more horse show experience. Maybe I'll tell the story of like I've only ever done one horse show, and I may share that.
Big man, right?
This is a big man. I want a blue ribbon. I'll go ahead and spoil the end, but the journey getting there was interesting. Okay. Anyway, so I don't know. Some people think that horse people are snobs, and they think that because there are horse people that are real snobs.
There are.
So it's not necessarily wrong. All right, I'm gonna take a bridle apart. Hang on. Uh-oh. Well, then text Rob now.
I don't know if he's
She was
listening or
supposed to text Rob that we're starting. Rob, wake up. I'm going to yell at him on the thing. Okay. Well, here, while you're doing that and while we're waiting for everybody to get in the chat, I will share with y'all my experience. This was the horse show that I went to, or that I was in. This was in 2004. This was at Norwood back when Sue owned it. And there was a schooling show, and it was like really cheap. I didn't have any money, but it was really cheap. And I was, you know, taking lessons there. And so on like one of the ugliest horses I've ever met in my entire life, this horse's name was Big Man. He had like this ugly little weird pony head, and he was a weird orange color, and his legs were all funky, and he had a giant butt. But I mean, same.
First time I met him, I said, "Who's the mule? Did he come with the property?"
He did kind of look like a mule with little short ears. He was really weird looking. So me and Big Man were in the show, and I bought myself a pair of tan breeches, and I had like I borrowed a little blazer, and I was doing the stuff, y'all. I was doing it, and I had to, because I had never been in a horse show before, I had to enter a beginner class for people who had only been in 5 shows or less. Okay, so I assume it's going to be a bunch of adults. But then they call the class, and I go in there, and it's me and 5 8-year-olds. I was 36 years old. 8-year-olds on these little ponies. And I'm like, because at first, I wish I'd had like a camera in my face, because at first I'm so proud. Dun, 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 dun. What's going on? And it's me. I'm like the biggest thing out there, and these tiny little girls, and we're walking and we're trotting and doing our thing. And I won the blue ribbon, and all of these little girls and their mamas gave me stink eye. And I'm like, I don't know whether to be proud of myself, because I mean, there are 8-year-olds that can ride circles around people. So like, I don't know whether, but these are beginners. So I'm like crushing the blue ribbon dreams of all these little girls. And after that, I don't know why, I just really didn't have a taste for showing. So, but I've gone to a bunch of shows with the team at Norwood that Adriana trained. And yeah, we've experienced some craziness.
Yeah, just one of my memories came up the other day about a show that we went to, and it was, I think, not Kaylee. Who's the girl who used to ride Crafty all the time? And then she rode Molly for a little while, I think. Real tall, thin, brown hair. Anyway.
I don't know.
Because we were all crowded around Crafty. Not Shannon.
No.
Anyway, and Britt was there,
the tall person.
And
yes.
Tori was there, and that was not the show that I fell off of the mounting block.
Oh.
And
that'll get you made fun of whether you're a snob or not. Falling off the mounting block.
Yeah. I didn't even get on the horse, and I fell off the mounting block in front of everybody.
Aw, precious.
And my shoulder popped, and I had to go to work that day.
Oh my gosh.
So I called ahead, and I said, "Hey, can you give me an easy horse?" Because. But anyway, that memory came up. It was nice. It was a good selfie of us on the horse.
I think one of the times I remember that we dealt with that attitude face to face was with Tori and Frodo. Our friend's daughter was doing the horse show, and her little appy pony, Frodo, this scrappy little appy, who was always 100% asleep while he was, whatever he was doing. Yeah. He was just trotting along, and he'd be napping. But she was doing the shows with Frodo, and I remember 2 little girls in the warm-up arena watching her with Frodo, remarking something like, "I can't believe she can even get him over the jumps," or whatever, you know. And we were like, because we're adults. I know. And then the best part was that Tori placed above those 2 girls. And we were like, because we're so mature.
Yeah. I dealt with it a little bit because I did the local hunters 4-H shows up in Maryland when I was in middle school and high school, and everybody was down to earth. Then like they'd have the random like trainer that would come in and like ride their high dollar horse around our little schooling show, and
right.
I'm not heard about it because
here's what Mike says: 100 princesses need to shove their tiaras up their rear ends. Yeah. Okay, but tiaras are fine. Like we don't have a problem with tiaras. Can we make that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. The problem is not with tiaras. It's with people who think they're better than you.
There was one girl who boarded
and Tabitha Hay. Sorry.
She boarded at the same bar that my friend did. And she'd go to all the 4-H's and everything. And she was the most ridiculous hunter princess, but she couldn't keep her butt in the saddle. So she put saddle tight all over her saddle. So when she'd canter, you'd hear this. It sounded like Velcro.
Oh my God, like a sticky noise. Yeah. Yes.
It was like glue pulling apart every stride.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, bless her.
I need to get one of those rags, but I can't.
Okay. Well, there's a whole pile. I couldn't find all my rags, and I gathered them all up. Look, we shall make a glorious pile. We shall make a glorious pile. I have all different textures. I even made some. I should sit here and actually sew those up and see how they work with the other one. I knitted things.
My unicorn hair is.
Aww. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm wiping down this bridle. We've got a bit here. We're just going to put that aside. All right, Purple Peach. Started riding a different horse at my barn, 10 times as tall. Oh my gosh, while dismounting almost fell into the creek. Hey, watch that. Watch out for that. Tabitha, did you see the picture? I think I did in my text, Tabitha, but I was like already getting ready for the live stream. So I was like, yes, I will. I see you. I know. I don't always respond to texts immediately. I'm terrible. Sometimes I will put it down thinking like, okay, I will answer you in just a second. And then 5 hours later.
Oh, I do that.
And by then I'm embarrassed. So I'm like, now I have to wait even longer for some reason. I don't know.
Or it's the middle of the night and you're not sure if they sleep with their phone on or off. And you don't want to wake them up.
I've done that with people. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning because, again, I'm a grown-up. And practicing self-care. Facebooking at 2 a.m. and eating cheese. It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me this time. I'm drinking to that.
I didn't spill it, though.
That's because it wasn't me this time. If you're new to Tack Chat, I always forget what we're talking about, and I always spill things and make messes because that's who I am. And if you missed this at the beginning, this is the wine glass Adriana painted for me. That's my unicorn Artax. Happy National Unicorn Day. Whoever made up that holiday, thank you. That was very nice of you.
It is a very real holiday. Traditions starting in the old motherlands of the olden days.
The old motherlands of
Scotland.
Oh, right, because the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Is that why? Okay. If I have Scottish ancestors, does that mean I can claim this and that unicorns are not cultural appropriation for me?
Yeah. Also, okay. I mean, it's okay. You've got a unicorn friend.
That's true. That's true. Yes, you guys, I have a unicorn friend, so I'm totally not unicornist. Okay, everyone. What is going on in the chat? Is everyone behaving? Joanna, yes, you're late, but that's okay. We're talking about dealing with difficult people either at horse shows or at your barn or, I mean, heck, at your school. There's people who will make fun of you because your breeches came from Walmart.com. And yes, that's the thing. You can get like $19 breeches. Get them delivered to your Walmart. There you go. Tell them Unicorn and Centaur sent you.
I remember when breeches were in style and Gap was selling them.
Oh, probably not. Like, they probably had seams down the inside of the leg, though. Do you know what I mean? They were like fashion breeches.
Yeah.
Is there a Centaur Day? There should be a Centaur Day. There absolutely should. Got to get ready for a hospital. I hope you're okay, Marvel. Dad said if I get my driver's license, he will buy me another horse. That sounds like a deal. You need to study and practice. That parallel parking is for real. Like, girl, do it.
That's what I failed on was parallel parking.
Yeah.
I
don't know how that makes sense either, but run with it. Yeah, she's like, I don't know how that makes sense, but I'm playing with that.
Yeah.
Yes. All you have to hear is, I will get you a horse. Yes, okay, I will do anything you say.
I should use that. Will somebody get me a horse if I...
I had a guy on my tour the other day talking about how he was, him and his wife, and it was like a romantic private tour. And he was talking about how his daughter was going to be so jealous that he went on this. And she's like 8 years old and how she rides and, you know, all this other stuff. And I said, oh, well, you know, they don't grow out of it. And he says, oh, no, I'm planning on it. I said, I'm getting her first horse when she's 12. And I'm like, he knows how to do it. He's like, she will never, ever have time for boys. And I'm like, I love it.
Yes.
So yeah, he's like, yep, there we go. We're gonna get her a horse and then let her do all the horse shows.
If you're me, you just make the boys come see you.
Oh, girl. Anyway, yes. Actually, I had a horse at 12. I wonder if that's what my dad was doing. Or maybe he just gave in to 10 years of begging and pleading and it being #1 on my Christmas and birthday list like every single year. It's the only thing I ever wanted. The only thing, horses are the only thing I ever wanted. It's like when you feed a cat tuna and nothing else is food after that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know? Mm-hmm. That was me. After that's what horses are to me, what tuna is to cats. That's just beautiful. I need to put that one on a t-shirt. It's so magical. I am what tunas are to cats. Okay. All right then. So how do we deal with these people? Culture wouldn't exist without cultural appropriation. Uh-oh. Let's not get lit in the chat, y'all. All right. So if you're at a horse show, do you want to just like have a total comeback to people? Or like, do you want to get into it? Or...
Well, it depends on what they're doing. Like if they're just...
Or do you want to like...
attitude?
Or do you want to just like... flick a grocery bag at their horse when they're not looking. Like, that would do it. Just be like, oops, I was just opening it out. Oh, my God. Did I feel rain? Oops, let me open my umbrella. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not advocating spooking someone else's horse on purpose. I am just joking. But we can fantasize. Do you know what? Okay, I interrupted myself. Sorry. My favorite thing is fantasizing about what we would say to these people. Like there are times like I can seem like a real salty person, but in real life I'll be like, okay, I'm sorry. My bark is way worse than my bite. So a large part of dealing with when people make fun of me is thinking of 800 snappy comebacks. And then, I don't know, like that scene in Roxanne. Remember that old movie with Steve Martin? Yeah. Which is pretty much a remake of Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah.
But then there's the scene where he gets insulted and he comes up with all the other, you know, insults. And that's my inspiration. My cat actually hates tuna. Tabitha, you don't have a cat then. I don't know what it is, but it's not a cat. Yeah, so ignore them. That's a good one too. There are times like, if you're at a horse show, probably the best way to deal with it is to just not engage.
Yeah.
Just to completely ignore. Rise above it. You're at a show. You have your own game to focus on. Go back inside yourself. Go back to what you've worked on with your trainer. Center yourself. Connect with your horse. Think about, visualize what you've been doing and going over. Forget the other people. But like if it's at work, or if it's like at school or at your barn that you board at and you have to do things there every day, then you might have to come up with tactics.
See, at work, I didn't even think about it at work. I've dealt with diva horse people at work at some of the different carriage companies that I have worked for.
Right. Because like some of us work in different horse industries and we don't all get along. It's not all unicorn farts and rainbows. Except for my job, Tabitha, I love you.
No, I've gotten I've gotten less nice as I've gotten older, and and I have at work I will just, I mean, not my current job. My current job, it's a little bit different.
I feel like I'm getting chiller as I get older. I don't know. Like when I was younger, when I was a teenager, oh, let me tell you, you know, I would be right there with I would rise right up, okay? But now I'm like, let's all think about this.
See, I don't really, I guess it doesn't bother me unless they're interfering with my horse and my,
right.
Like if they decide that they know better than me and I'm like, look, listen, I have been, you know, I've been driving longer than you've been alive. Stop.
That's funny. Like, Grindy goes, my cats won't eat Tofurkey. They're like, okay, no, seriously.
Well, I mean,
he said his cat liked his Tofurkey deli slices. When Liam was, I first like made Liam a sandwich with them, the Tofurkey, and I got some. And the next day I asked him if I wanted to, I was like, oh, do you want a sandwich? I'll make you a sandwich. And he was like, yeah, but I don't want any of that. And he couldn't remember the name Tofurkey. He couldn't remember what it's called. And he said, yeah, but I don't want any of that buffoni. Like, he couldn't remember what it's called. And that was the cutest thing when I'm like, oh my God, it should be named buffoni. It's like fake bologna or something like that. He couldn't remember. It was so funny. We called it buffoni forever. Tabitha Stevens, you better love me too. A hermit so I don't interact with anyone. You know what? I wouldn't interact with anyone if I didn't have a kid. I'd probably just like drive to the barn and hide from people. Because like I said, I don't really show my horses. I just put on my fairy wings and unicorn horns and ride around in the woods and pretend I'm a magical creature.
Pretend?
Well, yes. Oh my gosh, there is like a comment war happening on one of my videos. I can't remember which one now. Maybe it's welcome to, but they're like fighting over, no, but they're fighting over whether or not I'm actually a centaur. And it's low-key adorable because clearly they haven't clicked on any of my other videos to see that I actually have legs and I'm a human person. But
well, do any of your videos actually have legs in them?
Not the centaur. Well, one of the centaur videos, like the one where I explain why I'm a centaur and why I connect with that archetype. And then I kind of point the camera down and show like what I'm doing. There's his head. There's his legs. I'm riding a horse. It's to me, it's obvious. Like it's just a bit of YouTube fun, you know. And I like the way I look. And honestly, I like the way I look when I'm doing the thing and I can see the horse butt behind me. Sometimes I'm like, and it's the coolest feeling. Sunny's probably like, whatever. Anyway, but there's people like every couple of weeks, somebody leaves a comment. She's just riding a horse. And then somebody else is like, is this real? And then somebody else will comment down below. And there's like this whole conversation now at this point. And I'm like, that's kind of sweet. I don't know. I'm assuming it's kids. Because there's tons of kids on YouTube. And I'm assuming it's kids that are like, you know.
You never know.
Anyway, everyone is half centaur. That's true. Pretend what? That's true. If you're a real centaur, then you don't have to pretend. You're telling me you're not actually a centaur. I know, spoilers, everyone. I know. I'm not showing me. Yeah, I have my horse butt all the way back here, and it's just going back through a little hole in the wall.
It's a special house.
It's the same way Frank Oz does the Yoda puppet. There's a hole in the back of the chair. Yes. Okay. I have wiped down my bridle. I need to actually soap it. What are you doing?
I am soaping myself.
Listen, what are you doing? I'm getting belligerent on this
That's
wine.
how she deals with barn divas.
Yes. Aw, it is fun to gossip about the barn divas later. Like we always did that. The Norwood crew would go to Jalapenos, a Mexican restaurant afterwards, and then we would all shit. Well, I heard the blah, 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 blah. Well, she said to me, blah, blah, blah. Can you believe it? What? Especially since a week ago she posted blah, 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 blah. And then we all have margaritas and we eat all the chips before our entrees come.
And then we take half of our entrees home because
yes,
we ate all the chips.
That's right. That's awesome. And Brittany in the chat, Brittany was there for so many of those. Rob says, oh, Lordy.
To what?
I don't know. It's astral. If your soul is Centaur, it only shows up on special videos. There you go. I remember doing dumb mermaid spells, hoping to become a mermaid when I was like 8 to 10. I'm still very sad I didn't sprout a tail. I'm tearing up. You have no idea how hard I relate to that. Oh my God, wait. Ah!
So the first thing that I remember wanting to be.
Yes, like, I'm seriously crying right now. Wait.
Was either a mermaid or a princess. Because didn't want to be a queen because queens were old.
Right.
And I didn't want to be old.
Queens were old. That's funny.
A mermaid or a princess. Oh my God, Joanna, I love you so much. It was right after Little Mermaid.
I never wanted to be a princess. I wanted to be a centaur, and I also did want to be a unicorn, and I would pretend that I could transform into a unicorn. I wonder what I look like, y'all. Wait, we've gotten way off topic. Wait. But like little 8-year-old Michelle, like pretending to transform into a unicorn in the backyard. You know, or whatever. Whatever I do, and then gallop across the yard.
Did you gallop on 4 legs?
I think sometimes I did.
Like Mowgli?
Crying! Wait. Joanna started this. I'm going to kill you. I need some more wine. Is it hot in here? Did it suddenly get hot in here?
A mermaid or a princess? Why not both? I have Ariel's hair. There's a reason I have Ariel's hair.
This is why, yes, this is what I was doing with the extra equestrians group. It's like all these people that sort of identify with these kind of fantasy archetypes. Like y'all are my people.
I'm there. This has been a
yes, our friend Chandra is a mermaid.
That's true.
Yeah, it is very true. Oh, and our friend Megan just did that mermaid photo shoot. Are you dying?
Beautiful.
I don't know if Chandra is friends with her and if she saw those pictures, but Chandra needs to have that done.
Yeah, she does.
Chandra needs a mermaid photo shoot. A friend of ours on Facebook had this. I think she went to Florida somewhere to do it. Where they do, like, they put you in the mermaid costume and they do your hair and makeup. And she got her hair dyed teal. And it's like, it's longer than mine. So she has like these long teal mermaidy waves. And then they do the photo shoot and then they Photoshop your middle. So you look like a freaking mermaid. And it is, I'm like, love it. Love it. Officially. Love it. I'm about done with one glass. I think I need a little bit more in my glass. I feel like that's a thing that needs to happen.
Well, yeah, it makes our sex look better.
It does. So at the show, if you're at a horse show, you need to let the Barn Diva drama go. Like, store it up in your mind for later discussion over your chips and salsa.
And then go to Jalapenos, order a couple margaritas.
If you're old enough, yeah. If you're old enough to order margaritas, yes. Okay, I think I'm going to use
a new home for this saddle.
Foaming saddle soap. But look how little is in there already. Like, the bar of saddle soap costs, what, $3, $4?
Yeah.
And this stuff costs like $9, and you can only use it a couple of times. Just FYI.
How much are you using?
I was just using like a little bit of a on there.
This has lasted me for a while.
Okay, well, the foaming stuff? No.
I usually just use leather. Is this going to be a new drinking game every time Michelle explodes some sort of liquid? Anytime some sort of liquid spurts out of...
This is not that kind of live stream! Why didn't you do that? It blew up on me. Wait, no, it's all over my hands.
I feel like it's you because you did that to the super glue.
Oh, you did. Aww. All right, we can go so many places from here, but we're not. Do you hear me in the chat? Mama's going to shut this down right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need something to get this stuff on.
Pause.
Uh-oh. Later, here's Benadryl time. Only a little more. Switches. Uh-oh. Brittany said, when I was young, I wanted to see a pretty spell will work on me because I didn't like the way I look. Oh, Brittany, you're so cute. And now I wish I had powers or cat ears. Yes, it would be fun to have powers.
Or cat ears.
That would be fun to have. I'd rather have a prehensile tail.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay, this just got stuff all over it. Phoebings, your foaming saddle soap is a giant fail, and you should be ashamed of yourself, and you should be living your lives in shame.
So you just don't get the foaming stuff. Get the spray.
Okay. Phoebings, I take it back. You're doing fine. Just I don't like the foaming saddle soap. Okay. Where is my headpiece? I'm missing something in the chat here. Hang on.
Everybody's got dirty minds in the chat, apparently.
20-year-olds seem interested. Yeah, don't go to the gutters. No, 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 no. Oh, you saw Captain Marvel. How cute. I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet. No, right, yeah, no, let's not do spoilers in the chat. I don't even know who that is. And actually, I might not go see that. Scott and Liam are more into the superhero stuff than I am. I went to see Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman, and I want to see Aquaman because Aquaman. But
I mean, what?
Right. And actually, I have loved Aquaman since I was a child.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, when the Super Friends. You're too old. You're too young for Super Friends.
No, I remember Super
Do you
Friends.
remember them?
Reruns.
I remember when I was little, we would watch the Super Friends, and the only ones that were worth any of it were Aquaman and Wonder Woman. Every time it was like Superman and Batman, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And the twins and the monkey, get out of here. Stop it. We needed more Aquaman and Wonder Woman storylines. You heard me. My childhood was so frustrating. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing on the chat, but I was just like waving my hands around. I didn't like how Wonder Woman rewrote Greek mythology. Well, that's because it's just a superhero universe, pretty much. I mean, yeah. I just don't even, I consider it its own story, not like it's real mythology. And which is why, though, after we watched those movies, we homeschool Liam, and he's 11, and he's into things like the Percy Jackson novels and stuff like that. And he really is into Greek mythology. So whenever he reads one of the Percy Jackson books, or whenever he watches one of these movies, like Wonder Woman, we always go afterwards and we look up the historical myths and what is known historically, and what is instead like separating history from pop culture. Not that there's anything bad with pop culture. I just want to make sure that the waters are not being muddied there. Yeah. It's important, I feel.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to remember which is,
Right. Sometimes when you watch enough movies, because we all watch movies, after a while you're like, wait, was this the real thing, or was this just in the movie? So we will go back and we will check out, what, some historical sources. I am not even keeping track of what pieces I'm cleaning.
I just realized my saddle needs to be visible in this shot.
Oh, why? Because it looks like you're doing something strange?
Yeah.
Lord. Okay, here we go. We're going to get my big hammy arms out here. Hammy! Again, ask me about my unicorn. It's National Unicorn Day. Yay! If you need your own, ask me about my unicorn t-shirt. Go to my Etsy store. It is linked in the description box below. And if you need your own hand-painted wine glass from Adriana, like painted with her actual hands, these hands, that one right there, and this one right here.
Mostly this one.
Mostly which one? That one? Okay, mostly that one.
I mean, I hold it with this hand, so.
Then y'all can go shopping. And if you don't have money, then just hang out with us, because I don't have money either. Either? I don't have money either. If you don't have money to get t-shirts, I get you. But I finally had like an extra couple of dollars to get this one. And then I also got the extra equestrians one for the people who are in the Facebook group. Like, we have actual merch. Eee! So I've been wearing them to work, hoping people will actually ask me. It's like, oh, I asked you about your unicorn. I'm like, well, actually, I have two. I make videos about them on my YouTube channel. Okay.
Without the barn divas.
Without the barn divas, yes. So, well, okay, at work, if you're dealing with someone, now Tabitha, who's in the chat, doesn't have to deal with because Tabitha's coworkers are the most wonderful, amazing, intelligent, funny, generous human beings. It's me. I'm her coworker.
You're not the only one, though, are you?
Pretty much. It's like me and her and Jennifer and Gary. We're the company.
There was another guy. Yeah.
Andy?
I don't know.
Actually, that would be a good story tonight, since this is about divas. But
okay.
I don't know. I'm not going to share. No, erase. No, when you have to deal with difficult people at work. No, he wasn't like a snob. Like, he didn't look down on people or anything like that. So he's not really what we were talking about anyway. But no, he's not there anymore. That's me and Jennifer and Tabitha, and we go take horses. We bathe horses, and we groom horses, and we go do tours, and we give people good times. Wait, that sounded bad. Dang it. This live stream is really turning into the double entendre live stream. I apologize to our younger school-age viewers.
On this.
Okay. All right, here I am. I think I did both the cheek pieces. If I didn't do both.
Yes, you did.
I did both. Okay. I know I did the headstall, I believe. Okay. So our Tax's bridal is super simple. Do you know, I've been writing Sunny. You're looking at me. What did I do? Oh my God.
No, I was just...
Am I not finishing my sentences?
No, I was making a face and I caught that I was making a face. So
you're always making faces at me. She's always making faces at me. Okay. So, well, like difficult people at work. I've actually had conversations with difficult people at work. Like, I mean, well, that's just difficult though. People who think they're better than me, I guess I do just kind of ignore all across the board. Like if you're difficult in other ways, then we need to deal with that and have a conversation about that. Like people who are misogynist or, sexist at work or racist at work or openly just disgusting human beings. That's different. But someone who just thinks they're better than you, I just let them think that because who cares? Like they can think they're better than me. I don't know. What if they are? I don't know upon which criteria we are being judged. So I'm just going to be the person that I am and let people be the people they are. And then everybody's okay. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Probably not.
Yeah.
Michelle, I give tours. I'm not sure what you were doing over there. Oh my God. And I'm horrified of college. That's because my mom always told me so. She never went to college. College, okay, here we go. Joanna, this is just between me and you. Everybody else, like, take a couple sips of your drink. Joanna, baby girl, college is nothing but a big thing. I went to 3 different colleges. The first one because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was 17 years old. How the heck do I know what I want to do with the rest of my life? I wanted to ride horses. That's not a career unless you weigh, 70 pounds and you're a jockey and you're like 5'2". And I wasn't. I was enormous. So I didn't know what I wanted to do for school, and I went to about 3 different colleges. College is whatever you want to get out of it. Go to your classes, absorb whatever you can, take the classes you want to take, learn the things you want to learn, and do what you want to do. Don't overthink it, and it'll be okay. That's my advice. Okay, I need another drink. All right, back to everybody else. Okay, when dealing with people I hate, just smile while holding back a lot of my words. Just smiling is good. Do you know what? Okay, here's a response. Hang on. A response I heard lately that I was like, oh, I'm putting this in my bank of tactics to use against people. When people tell you something that you already know or you're already doing, like they're being buttholes about it, oh, you need to blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, thanks. Instead of doing that, instead of saying the F word, what you can do is just go, absolutely. And just agree with them. The word absolutely. You need to blah, 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 blah. Absolutely. I'm using it, you guys. Okay.
See, last time somebody did that to me, it was a girl. She wasn't there long. She did get out of training, but it was like her second day. I didn't know her from, there was a little flock of trainees at that point.
Yeah.
And I've got, I don't know if I had Patty or if I had Dublin. I had one of the more difficult horses.
Of course.
And I was out there and I was doing something and she was like, well, you got to do this, this, and this. And I stopped and I looked at her and I said, who are you?
I see. Did she answer you? Did she tell you who
No, she didn't.
Was?
She
okay.
didn't.
I see. Wow. A wow is another one. If somebody says something to you that you just can't believe, you just, wow. And maintain uncomfortable eye contact. That's my favorite. Actually, uncomfortable eye contact, you end up like almost, it's like
That's
you're touching people with your eyes.
Oh, no.
Yes. So if somebody is like, oh, if you're going to make fun of my $20 Troxel helmet, wow. If you're going to make fun of my half chaps at a schooling show, wow. Anyway.
Now I will say that I have things that I get neurotic about.
Yes. Are you saying you're judging me?
No, not you. I mean, you're not putting olive oil on your reins, so.
She did not. Oil
every
is
week,
oil.
Every week.
Oil is oil. I'm going to get that. I have the olive oil. It's in the kitchen. I'm going to get it back out.
The kitchen is a good place for it.
Yeah, but we're not using it to cook with because I've had it for Tack Chat. But anyway, it's my Tack Chat olive oil. I put olive oil on my leather goods. They're fine. They're fine. And they smell so Italian.
She likes to marinate them.
Yes, it's delicious. They're delicious. You don't know. You don't know me. How dare you? How dare you?
First of all, how dare you?
First of all, how dare you? All right, I've got to get back to writing our text. I got on him the other day for the first time in about 3 months, and he acted like he was going to fly to the moon. So I went from the mounting block was in the arena, so I got on him. He started like freaking out and kind of trying to spin in circles. So I got him to walk out of the arena and into the barnyard area where the grass is, and I stopped him, and I got off. And we're done. Because I don't want to die today. But yeah, he's had like 3 months off. So that's when I realized, hey, maybe we should start with some groundwork. That was my day. Okay. All right. I think, is that everything? No, I didn't oil everything. I just oiled the reins. What am I, an idiot? Don't even answer that. What time is it?
It's 10:42.
It's time for me to ask. 45 minutes into every live stream, I'm always wondering. That's when I'm always like, hey, are we done yet? Okay, here we go. Those are oiled. I'm going to get this bridle back together before we are done with the live stream. I was talking to Lauren on Sunday about my goals with the horses because now that I'm not doing lessons anymore for Unicorn and Centaur,
yeah,
I want to get Sunny to where he's like really my Centaur horse and he goes totally off leg. Like I can tell him where to go just with my seat and leg, which is going to be hard because he has so much inertia. Like when he stopped, it takes a lot to get him going.
Yeah.
And when he's going, it takes a lot to get him stopped. So
he's I don't want to say sensitive enough, but he can be sensitive enough.
He's smart. He just has to want to do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Sunny. He has to want to do it. All right. We totally got off topic for a second. Anyway, never mind. Sorry. So yeah, tactics for the barn witches. Wows. Absolutely.
If you're at a horse show, just beat them in the classes.
That's the best. That's what I've seen happen before is you don't have to say a word. You know, you just do your job and live your life to your best. And you don't sink down to other people's level. I mean, not just at shows, but online. You know, when dealing with people online, you don't engage with people online. Fighting with people online is like playing chess with a pigeon. You're not going to win because he doesn't even know that he's playing a game and he's just going to poop all over the board and strut around like he won. That's fighting on the internet.
Yeah. I usually just comment. If I comment at all, I comment with tag groups. Because I am in about 30 tag groups.
I stopped joining the tag groups because if you know the literal exact name of the group, you don't have to be in it to tag it.
Yeah, but I never remember. I like to put the @ and then like, what is this about? This is about...
Yeah, because you do have to put it in exactly. You can't just like put in a word, a random word. Okay, I think it's time to put my bridle back together, you guys.
Yeah, it's going to take about 16 minutes.
Shush! Okay. Actually, let me put the cap back on my mink oil so that we have no other disasters. Ha!
Nothing is going to squirt out.
All right, hang on. I got to see where the chat's going. Oh, stuff's happening. Hang on. Oh. So indecisive. That's my main fear. Well, you know what? Don't worry about it. I don't think I actually settled. I ended up getting a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater, which, I mean, I guess I'm using. I have a YouTube channel. I write scripts for my videos. We won't talk about how much I'm using my theater degree. Do what you want. I started out as an English major, and then I wanted to be a languages major. Actually, I did that for a year.
Yeah.
Because I spoke English and German. And so I was going to add a third language and then just kind of do that in college. But then I moved to my second school and ended up changing my major to theater. So anyway, so I went from English to languages to theater.
See, I went.
So you don't know.
I went from theater, emphasis on crew, like stage,
right,
to fashion for 5 minutes, and that didn't last. And then I went to illustration. Was the
yeah, Grineo said he changed his degree 3 times as well. Yeah, and I went to 3. I ended up going to school for 7 years, off topic again, because every time I transferred, my credits didn't totally transfer. Okay. So I ended up like losing so much time. I was a freshman for so long. And when they would ask me to repeat the classes, and also my second school I went to was on a 3-term system instead of 4 semesters.
Yeah.
So the credits were a little bit differently weighted, so they didn't transfer. So then at my third school, they're like, well, your biology credit isn't quite enough, so let's put you in another biology class. And I'm like, no. So I took all these different math and science and history and government classes because I didn't want to take the same class twice. Yeah. So I ended up with 7 years of classes, and I never failed a class. I never repeated a class. So my bachelor's degree has like, my transcript is crazy looking. It's like a lot of college. Anyway, learning is key, yes. And you can learn from wherever. This is why I homeschool Liam. I'm a college graduate. I have an internet connection and a library card. Like, we can do whatever we want. Britt's back. Hey. My saddle has a recall. Is this a new saddle you got, Britt? Universities are bad about refusing some things. Basic English is one of them. They make much more money. Yeah, it was money. It's always money, isn't it? All right, I got to get my bridal put back together, y'all. First step is getting the brow band on.
That's not brow band.
No, it's not. That is, but it goes on this. I'm looking for this. You don't know me. You can't tell me what to do. As I breathe wine into her face. You can't tell me what to do. Okay, hang on. No, it goes this. No, it goes this side. Shh. And it would be like this. So, wait. Is that right? Are you not telling me on purpose? No, it's right.
Oh, right. You were actually asking me. I thought you were talking to yourself and going to help me if I...
So, honestly, like dealing with difficult people, if you're not going to ignore, my favorite thing is to have a simple response and to practice it. One of my favorite things that I think would work for Barn Divas that I use for a lot of difficult people is the phrase, your input has been noted.
Yeah, I like that.
And I just, honestly, I repeat it over and over and over again, the exact same thing, because I don't want to thank them for their input. I don't. Yeah. Or say, I appreciate your input, because guess what? I don't. I just want them to know I've heard them. I acknowledge that you spoke to me. So I tell people, your input has been noted. And if they keep going on whatever rant they're on, I just say, your input has been noted. And if they keep going, your input has been noted. No, I've used it on difficult people, like work colleagues before. Yeah. Like work colleagues that won't leave you alone and won't do stuff. Because after a while, if you keep repeating that phrase, they will eventually leave you alone. They'll be mad at you, but who cares? You're already mad at them. They're already dumb. So there's my suggestions. Absolutely. When someone's telling you something you already know and they're just, they're just being a toot about showing off what they know, say absolutely. If somebody says something that you can't believe how mean they are, say wow. And if someone is being just a turd in general, tell them their input has been noted. Y'all are really unbridled. Jumped a vertical with my horse the first time last week. Brittany has a new horse, y'all. She's been doing a lot of posting. I love the pictures that you post online of your new mare. Her done mare. Yeah, I hate talking about college, but I'm salty. Got rejected from Furman, Duke, UNC, lastly Clemson. Problem with some guy got in when he shouldn't. Oh, see, you're at a very annoying phase. This is a very stressful phase. I feel you, Joanna. I'm so sorry. I'm 19th in a decent class size. This kid isn't anywhere near that, but he got into Clemson. Parents probably paid someone off, right? He might be a legacy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, you'll get in somewhere. It doesn't matter. The name itself doesn't matter unless it's like Yale or Harvard, like one of the top 5 or whatever, or top 10 schools. Unless it's a very prestigious name, then it doesn't really matter. You can get your education from the internet and some time for free, you know? Even if every school in America rejects you. Did you know MIT puts their course syllabi online? Like for all their classes, I'm pretty sure you can go and look up any of their classes and get the syllabus, which means you can look up the sources and you can figure out what they're learning in class and, figure it out yourself. I mean, if you're motivated enough, because learning isn't about having someone who knows more than you tell you about stuff. You can figure things out on your own. That's what humans have done for millions of years. Yeah. Anyway, Joanna, girl, get it. You're going to have yourself some college if you want. I know you will do it and you will smash it, whichever school you go to. And there will be an adjustment period. I think my first school was like practice. That's practice college. I wasn't good at it my first year. I really didn't. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't fail out of any classes. I almost failed out of some classes my first year. But then my second year, my first year I went to Berry College in Rome, Georgia, which is absolutely beautiful.
I think I do they have an equestrian team?
They do.
I think I competed against them in college.
You probably did. So I went there my first year, and then my second year I went to SIU Edwardsville in Illinois. And then I followed a boy to Texas, and I ended up in Wichita Falls, Texas, where I graduated from Midwestern State University, which we just went back and visited when we were in Texas. So Liam got to see where his mom went to college, which was kind of adorable. Because I remember going to see where my mom went to college, and I thought that was cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm just nerdy like that. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I grew up going to where my dad went to college.
Oh, yeah.
Football games. He was at Naval Academy.
Oh, okay.
So we lived right by there.
Rob says you can get certifications for the courses online too for MIT. Yes. So if you have the basic outline of what they're learning, you can look up sources. I don't know. Can you order their textbooks online? I bet you can find the textbooks online. If you have there's like an ISBN number or something for all textbooks. I bet you can order textbooks and just read the textbooks. If you have trouble figuring out what it says, I bet there's an online forum you can ask people. A friend of mine moved to France to get a 4-year degree. I had a lot of friends I went to a Department of Defense military school. My dad was in the Air Force. So I went to a DoD school in Germany and graduated from there. A lot of the people I graduated with went to the University of Maryland in Munich. The University of Maryland has a campus in Munich. And so a lot of them just went there. Anyway, it sounds appealing, living in the same place. Offered a $13,000 scholarship from Hawaii Pacific. Okay, girl, my dad lives in Hawaii. That is a place you should go if you have a chance. I mean, yes, ma'am. Oh, and Britt, you will get your horse to understand. Y'all just got to take your time. You just got her. You'll get to know her. She'll get to know the verticals. She'll get to know how to do everything. But yeah, Joanna, if you get a chance to go, to Hawaii. My dad lives in Hawaii, by the way, so I've been a couple times. And I'm not really a beach person. It's weird living here at Tybee. I'm not really a beach person, so I didn't think I'd like Hawaii as much as I did. I'm more of a mountains person.
Yeah.
And then I got to Hawaii and discovered it's a giant mountain covered in flowers and surrounded by a beach. And I was like, okay.
Sounds good to me.
Right? Hey. All right, I got to get this bridal back together. I don't know if universities allow you to audit classes anymore or not. Right, that used to be a real thing. That is, you sit in on classes, aren't paying for it, and don't get credit. Right, might be too late now. Don't worry. I mean, if you don't get into a college, you can always take a gap year. And, you know, see what you can learn on your own. Go travel around. Start a business. Do something fun. I don't know. Live your life, girl. All right, hang on. I got to get this bit back on. Anyway, where were we? Oh, the difficult barn people. Excuse me. I wanted to talk about this topic tonight because we are thick in the middle of show season. I see a lot of my friends online posting their pictures from horse shows and stuff, and I see a lot of posts about drama, people saying things and doing things terrible. So I just wanted to give everybody, like, let's talk about it and say, hey, we're all here for each other. And if somebody has something negative to say, then you know, you've got a group of friends who'll be like, you know, forget those people. We got you, girl or boy or whatever. Whatever you want. All right. Okay, I am almost done. I'm just getting my reins on. And look, there was no major drama, miss. I'm making faces at you.
It's just my face.
Right. Oh, I forgot. Oh, next week for the live stream. Next week is the crafting live stream. And guess what we're doing? You'll never guess. Something we haven't done before on any of the crafting live streams. Paracord deck. Okay, I have a friend who's been making it, and I want to see if I can make some reins, just like to put on the little headstall that I have for Sunny, and like braid. There's like paracord, and you can braid it, and there's like plenty of ways you can do it where it looks completely tacky and trashy. But I just want like some colored reins that I can clip onto Sunny's halter or whatever and tool around in the yard, or learn how to braid rope halters out of them. I think making rope halters out of them would be awesome. So rope halters and reins. So I'm not necessarily interested in doing like full tack sets or anything out of the paracord because I'm not a big fan of it either. It's pretty much just cord and you braid it together and you make things for your horse with. But I kind of like the idea of making rope halters and reins that you clip onto halters or onto bridles or bits. So I'm going to see if we can figure out how to do that next week. So everybody join me. And if you don't join me, I'm going to judge you. Hang on. I got to make sure the reins aren't twisted. I'm the only thing around here allowed to be twisted. Here we go. No. Did you get your saddle oiled? Is that the same one that I borrowed before, or is that a different one?
No, this is a different one.
So I was to say, because I don't remember the seat being cracked.
This is one. So when I sold my dressage saddle, she gave me way under the asking price, but she also traded me 2 saddles for it. Okay. 2 other saddles. So
there you go. All right. Look at me. I thought I was going to get 2 bridles done. I got 1, but the other one I don't really use on Sunny right now anyway. So our tax is going to have to get back to work. Bless his little heart. So rope halters are best. I have rope halters for my guys right now, but they're not ones that I have made. So I want to try to figure out how to make rope halters. And that's what we're going to figure out next week. How to tie the knots, like how to do the spacing on everything. So hang on. Let me see where the chat has gone. I'm a beach babe all the way. My whole family are beach people. I'm a mountains people. I'm a mountains people.
I do beach, mountain, forest, all the things. Outdoors people.
Oh, and Joanna says, I appreciate the advice. I'm going into life blind. Oh, honey, we all are. Some people just like think they know what they're talking about. Pretty common. I like to explore new topics and subjects. Me too. Haven't been to uni yet. Looking to enroll eventually. It's great. I mean, learning is great, but there's so many ways to do it. And a 4-year university, like of higher education, a bachelor's degree or whatever, the traditional path to academic degrees is not necessarily the best for everyone. And it's not the only way to learn. Oh, Rob saying, yeah, everyone goes in blind. Yes, exactly. All right. I'm going back through the chat just so I can address everything we're talking about here. Worked in a European style bakery. Oh, European bakery. You had us at European bakery.
Something in my eye. Is it unicorn hair?
Tabitha. Yes, good night, Tabitha. Tabitha. I said Tabitha hair. You said unicorn hair and I was saying Tabitha. Y'all, I need another drink. Tabitha, yes, I will see you Friday night at work. I love you, girl. And thank you for being here. Rob Brown, GI Bill. I had a lot of friends who did the GI Bill, Rob. Yes, good night, Tabitha. Everybody who was here tonight, thank you for helping us brainstorm some ideas for dealing with difficult people at horse shows and beyond. Brittany, Grinios, Rob, Joanna, and Marvel was here. I think he went to bed. Anyway, just a couple of folks. I saw we had quite a few people in the chat. So if you didn't join the chat, but you were sitting here watching us, thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you. And next week we will be doing the crafting live stream and we'll see if we can braid some reins. So here you go. One more time for Linda. One more drink for Linda. All right, you guys, good night. We will hang on. Wait. Oh, let's bring it close. Whoa, we'll see you next week. Oh my gosh.